Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to submit this chart into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Admiral, can you see the chart here? Yeah, thank you. I think it's very important for the American people to see visually the trend lines of what's going on with our Navy and what's going on with the Chinese Navy. And these are according to DOD and Congressional Research Service numbers. Yesterday, the intelligence community briefed the Senate the much talked about timeline, and we basically have 5 years, 2027, until the Chinese Communist Party believes they have overmatch in the Western Pacific. Do you disagree with that assessment?
I do not.
Okay, so
I agree with the assessment.
Thank you, Admiral. So I think this is important. This here shows the size of the Chinese Navy, and this is the various shipbuilding plans we've received over the since 2015. In blue here is the size of the U.S. Navy, and I think it's important for the American people to understand that 2027 figure is right there. That's a 105 ship delta. Now I get it, we can have the capacity debate, but I'm not buying that we can make up for a 105 ship delta that they can concentrate all in one ocean with short supply lines. And the problem is with your divestment strategy, we're at our lowest point at 2027 when they're at the highest point. And even when we come out of it, let's look at the next gen air dominance 2031, future frigate 2028, ready reserve fleet modernization 2030. That's all right around here. We still have these massive deltas. Gentlemen, I think we are being set up, and these budgets are setting us up to lose in a war with China. And that is a disservice to the sailors that are going to be out there on old, broken down ships and outnumbered in 5 years. So with this fight up, what we're buying right now is what we have to go to war.
That's right.
That's right.
And you're not going to change that significantly between now and 2027. And so our emphasis is to deliver for the nation the most lethal, the most ready, the most capable Navy that we can based on the resources that we have.
But I don't think your plan gets us there, Admiral. Just candidly.
What we do
because we're going backwards, and so first of all, those estimates, 2031, 2028, those are best case scenarios. And this blue line's a best case scenario. This is on your option 3 of the shipbuilding plan. But we've seen from the Ford class carrier, the Joint Strike Fighter to LCS that those estimates are often grossly off.
We're deploying the Ford class this year. So
it's been around for 20 years. The office came in 1997. So the estimates are off, which means, look, at the end of the day, I think we have allowed this committee and the building to fall into a false choice of readiness versus modernization. I think the real choice is how much money should you be asking for to be ready to win. I don't want to pace. I want to overmatch. I want to win in the next 5 years. So if you were given more money, Admiral, would you accelerate the ready reserve fleet modernization? Would you accelerate the frigates? Would you accelerate much of what you're trying to do? And would you keep more cruisers? Not all of them, but would you keep more if this committee gave you more?
Given the window that we're looking at right now that you described, I would take you to my unfunded list. And if you take a look at the priorities on the unfunded list, it's for SM-6 missiles, it's for LRASM, it's for JASSM-ER. It's for the most capable missiles in the world to put on our ships.
Why are they unfunded?
Why are they I'm trying to maximize those production lines. So right. We're funding them inside the budget. We're trying to maximize those production lines. We are funding ships maintenance to 98%. We're trying to increase.
But Admiral, the problem is all of those things that you described and to the ranking member are all aspirational, right? And that's not all your necessarily issue. You've had a lot of predecessors, but we are where we are now. And I think we need a drastic increase to be able to cover the gaps within the next 5 years.
We just talked about the industrial base. Right now, we've given a clear set of headlights. We are maxing out the production lines for attack submarines and for SSBNs. 2 destroyers a year is what the industrial base can support right now.
Just in the remaining time I have for the record, what investments do we need to make in the industrial base rather than letting that limit you and the budget limit you, what investments can we make in the industrial base to close that gap?
We're making over $2 billion right now in the
It's not enough.
This time has expired. I
not enough.
suspect
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
this
Thank
conversation
you,
will
Admiral.
continue now with Ms. Loria.